Hey everybody, welcome to the Taking My Body Back Health and Wellness Talk Show. It's your girl M Love.
RJ here.
All right, and we just wanted to take this time, first of all, to thank you guys for tuning in each and every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock on World Star Hit Radio. But tonight, we kind of want to do something a little different. We want to talk about proteins. You know, a lot of people are looking at what the health, and they are deciding to transition over to a vegan lifestyle. So with that happening, a lot of people that we know personally have decided to transition over. We just wanted to make sure that we give you the proper ammunition to be able to take care of your body, make sure that you're getting the proper amount of protein, whether it's plant-based or animal-based. If you're deciding to go from animal protein, so you'll know exactly what all the options that you have as far as plant protein.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a little bit of time right now, and we're going to talk a little bit about animal protein, the goods and the bads.
Yeah. Animal protein is, to me, where I am now. I mean, as much. I say it's no longer for me, but there are some good things about it. It does have good nutrients.
Yes.
It packs a good amount of protein for what you're looking for, and it has a good amount of iron, which is extra also. And when I was studying this past week, what I found out is that pork is actually a good protein.
Yes, it is.
Great protein. I didn't know it.
I actually pork. I have no problems with pork.
Yeah, I got all the problems.
I have no problems with pork.
For those that don't know, pork holds the most protein. It is actually the best for those that are looking for protein. And it's actually pork tenderloin, because it is the leanest out of, even from red meat and chicken. It's actually the leanest, and per 3 ounces, it holds the most protein out there for somebody who's eating meat and looking for protein.
Well, you know, I think a lot of people, they shy away from pork because they've been told that, you know, it has different side effects, bad side effects, like high cholesterol, or, you know, it could raise your blood pressure, or whatever the situation may be. So you have a lot of people that kind of shy away from the pork because of what we were taught growing up. And it will be the same thing with eggs. You know, do you eat an egg or do you not eat an egg? Because the egg got, you know, it raises your cholesterol, but then if you take the yolk out, it's good for you, so you don't know what to do.
But see, even with that being said, jumping into, not trying to jump too far ahead, but even with that being said, that's why you add in plants.
Yes. Because
plants bring all those so-called problems or worries down. So,
and basically, mainly green plants.
Yeah, green plants.
Yes.
Yeah, those bring a lot of the worries down. Not even just the plants though, but with the beans. But we don't want to jump too far ahead as far as talking about the plants. But also, when you're getting your protein from the meat, one thing that you got to look at is make sure that you're. This is a question I think Ashley asked us last week about the too much. So when you're doing with the meat protein, now that one thing, yes, you have to worry about if you have to eat too much.
Okay.
Because then that does, you know, like you said earlier, boost your cholesterol, and also could cause some blockage because it does have fat in it.
But see, that's not just the pork though. That's
I'm talking about all meat.
All meat. Yes.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm talking about is all meat. And like I said, it does boost your cholesterol and it does have fat. Even when you go with skinless breast, chicken and turkey breast, you still look at it and still see, or skinless thighs or whatever, you still look at it and see that it has fat in it.
Yes.
So those are some of the worries that people have, or people look at that you can look at when it comes to getting your protein from meat. Now, also with that being said, meat is not just a complete protein.
Okay.
So you still have to have other things on your plate to fit in with that complete protein.
Yes. So now, first of all, we want to say tune in to worldstarhitradio.com. And also, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to call us at 404-751-5062 or butcher that number. I can never get the number right. Cell phones have made you lazy. You can't remember numbers, anything.
But also, don't forget after the show, everything will be put on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is The TMBB Show on YouTube. So after this, in case you miss anything, go back and check our show out on YouTube, The TMBB Show.
So back to the meat. Now, the main thing that I've been noticing with a lot of people, and I'm pretty sure that you have too, is people have been watching this documentary, What the Hell?
Yeah.
And it's not, I wouldn't say this is necessarily a bad thing because, people are now becoming more educated on the goods and the bads of what we've been taught to eat all these years.
Yeah, the thing about that is people, that's one thing that we're also here for. Don't just watch it and be like, oh, I can't do this no more.
Yes.
Watch it and get an understanding of what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Now, not to really say that the meat is the worst thing out there. I mean, because you can pretty much find anything else that's actually worse than meat. But because meat, I don't eat the meat, but it does have a lot of good things for those for what you're looking for. So you have to look at and find what fits you. Don't just jump from fad to fad trying to be healthy, because everything that's a fad is not healthy.
Right. Now, with that being said, you can make, like what I choose to do. I choose not to put myself in the category as far as vegan or vegetarian. However,
I actually just came to that recollection like about last week.
What?
I don't eat meat, and I'm a vegan.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm not even gonna put that label on myself anymore.
And see, because first of all, a lot of people don't really understand what each category that they're putting themselves in really entails.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother thing. But now, as far as with me, I'm not going to categorize myself as being vegan or vegetarian. However, I have cut back a lot on my meat intake. Now, I love meat.
Bacon.
I love bacon.
We'll get you off of that.
Love bacon. And the pork bacon. You can have your turkey bacon, but you can give me the pork. However, I have cut back a lot on my meat. So if I eat 6 to 7 times per day, 3 of those meals are not going to have meat in them.
Yeah.
It's going to be some kind of plant-based protein.
And see, that's the thing when I was speaking about overloading earlier. You don't want to overload on too much meat because the itis will start to play in.
Well, not just the itis. It also could be, it could tax heavy on your liver.
Yeah.
Trying to break it down. So it's not even so much about the itis. It's about what are you actually doing to your body and how is your body actually breaking this stuff down. And can your body actually break this down?
And that goes to something else that we'll talk about as far as, make sure you got the right, I'm going to say pieces of food on your plate, because those, you're going to need that fiber to break that down. So you got to make sure you got the right piece of food for those that's always got to have meat. You got to make sure you got the right pieces of food to break it down.
Okay. And so what are those types of food?
Which means the fiber pack food?
To make sure that if they are having the protein, the animal protein, what do they need to have on the side of that to help make sure that meat is being broken down in their body?
You want to say that for the next one?
We want to make sure they're fully equipped to be able to do what they need to do.
It's going to be the fiber-rich foods, the greens, the mustards, the mustard greens, the broccolis. What else is it? You can even throw in, like I said last show with the fat burners, you can throw in a couple of fat burners. What else would break it down? Trying to think. What else can break it down? Spinach.
Yeah.
Kale.
Pineapples.
But see, that'll come. I guess you can do that as a snack.
Well, yes.
You can throw that in as a snack, or if you want to do like a pineapple based chicken, a pineapple cooked chicken.
Well, we're gonna have to get RJ in the kitchen. So throwing out stuff. I'm like, wait a second.
So you can do that all day. Also, I'm glad you asked me that. Also, you can when it comes to the snacks, you can also throw in the berries to break them down. Okay. A lot of the berries to break it down, and you just find things like that to break it down to make sure that you got it all. Tomatoes. Tomatoes are very good, acidic, and also pack a lot of protein too. So you can also throw those in there. to break the meat down to help out get the digestion flowing and all that.
So I see a question. Ashley asked, besides pork, what is the ideal animal-based protein to eat as part of your meal intake? I would say chicken breast.
Chicken, yeah.
You can go with a lean beef. I personally like veal.
Also, with that lean beef, what you can do is what you have to do is look at the percentage as far as lean to fat.
Yes.
So you have to look at that. So when you're doing your beef, don't just go grab a roll of beef or a thing of beef and just think this is going to be healthy.
Yeah.
No. You got to look at the percentage from lean to fat.
You do.
So you have to do that.
Yeah. So also, Ashley, another one would be.
I like Ashley. She asks questions every day.
I like Ashley. Another one that I like is venison as well. You know, and I make
gamey meats.
Yes, I like
real gamey meats are very lean.
Very lean.
A lot of protein.
Yes, it's very lean. Like I like rabbit as well.
That's the country. I ain't eating no fucking rabbit. When I was talking yesterday, I found out that I just thought salmon was packed with a lot of just omega-3 is a real fatty fish, but like I told you yesterday, salmon is very, very high in protein also.
Very high in protein.
Yeah.
So those are some of the animal proteins that you can have: the salmon. The chicken, pork,
the
veal,
the veal, the good percentage, rabbit.
My rabbit.
The good percentage on the ground beef, things like that.
Turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah, turkey. You just have to make sure the percentages on that is.
And when you go with the chicken, make sure the skin is up, because the skin is very, very fatty and it has a lot of fat. If you ever took the skin off a chicken, you notice that layer of fat, that real thin fat that sits right there. So you have to make sure you take all that off. Lamb.
Yeah. But now,
did you say that?
I did.
Okay,
but now here's the thing though, when you're consuming animal protein, then what are you doing to your body? You're taking the chance of increasing your cholesterol. You're taking the chance of clogging your arteries. So those are some of the things that you have to be careful with. Yeah. That's why it's good to, depending upon how many times you eat per day, to kind of back off a little bit of the meat. So that you're not bombarding your body and your system with all of this saturated fat.
Yeah.
So, also with the animal protein, it's good. It has its goods and it has its bads. With anything, it has its goods and it has its bads. You just have to make sure that you proportion it the right way.
Very well. You have to make sure you do it. You can't go in and get when I was eating meat, I used to always have my 36-ounce prime rib.
I saw pictures of that.
Prime rib. So you can't, but I only did that like once a month, but you can't go in doing that crazily like every week, so to speak. So you got to have a great proportion. Not a great proportion, but you got to make sure it's proportioned well to cut down on the problems with the arteries and things like that.
And so now, and also, with the animal protein, with a lot of people watching What the Health, and a lot of these other documentaries that are out there.
Forks Over Knives.
Forks Over Knives and Hungry for a Change.
Yeah.
The one thing that they talk about is the hormones that are put into the meat.
Yeah.
So if you are someone that want to be careful with the hormones that you're ingesting, go to the farmer's market and make sure that there's no hormones in that meat.
Or just find a private farmer. There's a lot of private farmers out there, and they do need you guys' support.
Yes,
absolutely. To actually get the good meat out, because as we've seen before, even from watching documentaries, they produce meat so fast.
Yeah.
That's what makes the meat bad. If you just do it regularly and let them grow at a regular pace, then the meat can be okay. But they pack them so fast that it just gets out of hand.
Okay, Jerome said it's a trick with the chicken skin. I don't know. Jerome is a chef, so he might.
What's the trick?
He knows the trick that we don't know.
What's the trick with the chicken skin? You gonna put it in the bag? What makes it not fatty?
He's probably gonna make it. He's gonna put the trick with that skin. I don't know. Sign me up, because he can cook real good.
Good, man. Maybe we'll have him cook instead of me.
No, I think we should have a cook-off with Jerome and you. How about that?
We can do that. We'll see that. We'll see that.
Anyway,
we'll talk about it.
All right, cool. So now one thing you have to do is you have to know what as far as your body weight, how much protein you should take in.
Yeah.
As far as your body weight. So if you are get your calculator out for me. Get your calculator out. So if you are an active person, or if you're a person that's not very active, there's a certain ratio that you could look at. Jerome said he's down for the cook-off.
Let's go to the calculator.
I'll be the judge. I'm cool with that.
All right. We have a panel.
I'm the panel.
Okay.
I got this. I'm the panel. Y'all cook, I'll eat. You need nobody else. Yeah. Easy fix. So if you're a non-active person, let's say that you're someone that has not crossed over into working out or something like that, there's a formula that you can use to find out exactly how much protein you should be taking in. So for a non-active person, put this in your nice little phone. You put 0.36 times your body weight. Whatever your body weight is, you do 0.3. I'm gonna do mine at
237.
Okay.
For everybody who think just because you go vegan, you lose weight, I'm 6'4", 237. When I went vegan, I was 240, so I only lost 3 pounds. So,
I think you're in your feelings about that. Are you?
Let's keep going. Okay.
Okay, so this is the amount. You got 85.32. That's the amount of grams of protein that you should ingest per day. Okay. If you're not an active person. So divide that. Let's say if you eat anywhere from 5 to 6 times a day. How many times do you eat a day?
I don't stop.
Yeah,
I eat one whole day.
Is you greedy? Put that in there.
I'll put 5. We'll go with 5.
Okay, so at each meal, you should be consuming 17 grams of protein per meal.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's for an inactive person.
That's for an inactive person.
Yeah.
So now there's a different formula for each person depending upon your activity that you are. For somebody like me that's active, my numbers would be 1.40. So put mine in. 1.40 times 165 equal. Yeah, so 231, and divide that. I eat anywhere from 6 to 7 times a day. So I'm greedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So put in 6 divided by 6. So each one of my meals should consist of about 38.5 grams of protein per meal. Mm-hmm. So what does that look like? That could be a palm-sized chicken breast, or some medallions of a tenderloin, pork or turkey tenderloin. And then you can also have a sweet potato or collard greens or some other. I like a colorful plate. So as long as there's a lot of color on there, what? Go ahead.
Did y'all see the plate that did you text people about the plate that I cooked last week?
I'll put it in the page.
Okay, so that's just like the plate that I cooked last week. If anybody saw it, that was a well put together plate, so to speak. It had your fat burners, what we talked about. Had your protein.
Had a lot of protein.
It had your fiber, and it had actually your fat and your good calories on there. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you just make sure everything proportioned out well. Now, it was gone. What, 2, 3?
I don't think you chewed. Because by the time you sent the full plate to the time you sent the empty plate,
like 2 minutes.
I don't think you chewed. Did you inhale the food?
That shit was good.
So now, Bridgewater, hey Bridgewater, he says, talk about our kids' cereal. So we can't forget our kids. Now that's very important as far as making sure that our kids as well get the proper nutrition as far as protein, whether it's plant-based or animal protein, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good that's a good decision as far as talking about our kids, which we do plan on having a show later on about, children, how to get you because there was a big debate about what I feed my children, and like people don't know that there's turkey hot dogs and there's vegan hot dogs out there. So we do plan on having a show talking about kids how to feed your kids, how to bring your kids into it.
Yes.
And getting everything around and everything like that.
Okay. So now we're actually going to take a quick break. And we'll be right back. So I hope you guys tune back in. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to call us at 404-751-5062. And we'll be right back.